Hear ye! Disney have finally done it. They have made a good live action movie. That's right, you've heard it here first. Lilo and Stitch is finally the first good live adaptation that Disney have done. Granted, I didn't hate Beauty and the Beast, I didn't mind Dumbo, I haven't liked any of the others that I've seen. But Lilo and Stitch, they translate that from animated to live action so well. I really enjoyed the movie. I like the changes that they did. This movie feels like it has way more heart as well. Just the CGI alone, like Stitch works incredibly well. Also pulls on your heartstrings towards the end. Like, I was sitting there going like, oh, this is a bit rough. Like, children are going to watch this? I went and saw it with my friend's kid and he got upset. He got quite upset in the movie. Like, it's definitely got some heavy themes towards the end and stuff like that. Even like when the talks of Lilo getting taken away, like he felt that. He's 7 at the moment. And you know, it's good to see that they were able to portray that so well in this story. Overall, I really liked the movie. I did give it a 4.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. I enjoyed pretty much every second of this, except for some of the things I will mention later. So a big contention on the internet right now is how they changed the ending of Lilo and Stitch. So obviously I'm going to talk spoilers of the ending. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to know, but at the same time it is an over a 20-year-old movie, it's hard to avoid spoilers for something like that. A lot of the Disney adults and cringe millennials, I'm in that age bracket, so I can't talk too much. They have a lot to say about this movie because it's not an exact remake. They didn't copy one for one. And the thing is we see it with How to Train Your Dragon at the moment. All the comments are like, this looks exactly the same. What's the point of this movie if you're just going to make the same movie over again? They did something different with Lilo and Stitch. And it works. It works in the story. Everyone gets a happy ending. Nana gets a happy ending. Lilo gets a happy ending. Stitch gets a happy ending. Pleakley gets a happy ending. And it's good to see that. Like, I do like a different iteration of this. We can't just have, like, people complain about live actions. They're like, oh, we don't need it. We have the original. But then when they do change it away from the original and take inspiration of other sources and stuff like that, people have a big problem with it. I'm extremely excited for How to Train Your Dragon. I am more than happy if it's going to be a one-to-one replica of the original movie, which it looks like it's primarily going to be. But I really love the changes that they did in Lilo and Stitch to make it more modern. Like, really, do you think in the real world, if Nani's life was like that, do you really think that they would let her keep Lilo? No, and it works out well. And also, she has the gun. She can come see Lilo whenever she wants. She doesn't abandon her like people are thinking. Yous are all just fucking dumb, dude. Just think, have a moment. Just because you can't type it in ChatGPT, oh, did I like Lilo and Stitch? Oh, and then ChatGPT can't go, oh, well, I can't make that decision for you. You're fucking dumb. Just take a little bit of critical thinking. That's all I have to say. This was a brilliant live action adaptation. The fucking box office at the moment is showing that people are enjoying this. But if you're having a whinge, once again, not that deep. Kids movie. I know I'm sitting here talking about it, but hey, video content, you know, it's pretty easy for me to just come here and talk about a movie. If you're in the comments, you're going to be like, oh, well, they actually didn't do this. There is things in the movie that don't really make sense, but it's a kids movie. You were fine with fucking Pleakley wearing a wig in the animated one, and now you have a problem with this. Like, one thing is that, like, I picked up on is when they switch into the human form, and later in the movie, Pleakley gets maced, and then, like, you see that the disguise is just like a cover. It's not real. It's a cover because his face comes out. It's just like everyone around them sees them as humans. So they shouldn't have had the problem when they walked at the start with the funny like, oh, my legs are like noodles. There's that. But I don't care that much. It's not that deep. Movie was great. Go see it. This deserves it. Disney need to see that, like, if they're going to do live actions, this is the way to do it. Not like how they did with Snow White. Not like how they did with The Little Mermaid, even though I know people didn't mind The Little Mermaid. Personally, I haven't seen it. At the end of the movie, Nani ends up going to college, and Lilo gets adopted, or fostered, either one. And people have a big problem with that, because they're like, oh, that breaks Ohana. That breaks all of that. At the very start of the movie, the neighbor, Mrs. Kwan from Cat in the Hat, even says to Nani, we are Ohana. She sees Lilo and Nani as her family as well. So that's already laid the foundations there. It's not my fault that you can't pay attention without swiping on TikTok or having fucking Subway Surfer on your phone for 20 minutes. Another thing that people seem to have a problem with is Jumbo being the bad guy. They had to cut Gantu because they focus so much more on Lilo and Nani in this. They focus on their relationship and they focus on the dread of Nani losing Lilo, which you can't have all that with Gantu, who's just a bounty hunter in the background. Yeah, he's a cool looking bounty hunter and all that, but like, he isn't needed for the story, and we get to see that in this. One thing I personally didn't like, I didn't like Zach Galifianakis as Jumba though. I didn't like his portrayal. He's a bit jarring because I've seen it twice now. The first time hearing him speak without the accent is definitely a bit jarring at first, considering, you know, we've grown up with Lilo and Stitch and with the show and all the other movies and that. Hearing him without that accent, because the guy that plays Pleakley nails it. He nails it exactly. Zach Galifianakis, I don't know, he was not my favorite out of the film. Probably one of the worst. Actually, probably the worst actor is the guy that played David. They might as well have just got a mannequin. You know, he has some funny lines and it adds to it, but they could have cut David. But overall, the movie is great. Stitch looks great. Yes, Jumbo and Pleakley, they look horrible. They look unsettling, and luckily they changed them into humans. But like, they're aliens. They're meant to look ugly. The reason Stitch fits in, and people still question him being a dog. Well, one, he's blue, but they question him. Imagine if they had Jumbo and Pleakley walking around like Pleakley and Drag and everything. Of course, they had to change them into humans. It does make sense. You know, live action isn't cartoon. You can't translate things that well. It was good. It was very good. Loved it. But that's my short rant for this. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for watching if you got this far. Do remember to like, comment, and subscribe below. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.